Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the second part of the hot takes. I feel like it's good, I'll make a tweet, and then typically I go for like 40 minutes to an hour or something like that. And in fairness to people, I basically just do two parts of this now. So these were where we left off last night. I feel like I'm in far less of a playful mood right now than I was last night, but I am refreshed. Let's see what people have to say. Let's see if there's any foolishness that we encounter here. No hot take, but a cat. I mean, that is a W. We do love cats. We are a cat lovers around here, for sure. Alright. Oh my god, alright. We're starting with an essay, apparently. Okay, let's go. Oh. Okay, double Vegito is a bad idea for worldwide. Okay, one Vegito is totally fine. Let's take a look here. Clashes between Boo and Zamasu lower the chance of us getting a great villain team. Well, no. Okay, I mean, I can instantaneously disagree with that very fast and very easily. Boo and Zamasu can both occupy one very strong villain team. It's not very strong right now, but, I mean, if we get two Dokkan Fest level LRs... When did this come out? The Tech Androids? Tech Androids. So it's the end of 2021. So it's going to be like right here. Worldwide Chaos. This is the category we're looking for right here. You have all the Goku Blacks, the Zamasus, the Cells, and Boo. They're all on it. This doesn't have... No, it does. It does. My brain, real quick, was just telling me that Kid Boo is not on here, but he is. Yeah, this is the team right here. Easy. They do Double Vegito Worldwide or Double Vegito 9th Anniversary, which Nano has been pushing me on, and I think I am going to officially put my hat in the ring of 9th Anniversary's Double Vegito. I think it does make more sense, right? Now, Dokkan has been very pattern-oriented until they aren't, right? Like, we've seen this a million times over the last year. It's, oh, they always do this, and then they just don't do it. So, understand that. But every... like other anniversary, well, I guess it's, 1, 3, 5, and 7 have been fusions. So the next one in line would be 9th, which is coming up. Double Vegito. Makes sense. But, I mean, this is the team. And this team could be very good. I mean, you gotta get a bunch of options and stuff like that. But, worldwide, chaos is the answer there. And we miss out on one summonable card, probably a few EZAs. Wait. As we'd miss out on one summonable card and probably a few EZAs. I think Future is just not aware that they could just sit on Worldwide Chaos together. And, I mean, okay, let's take a look. Who are some EZAs? They could give us in LR Rose, he could EZA. AGL Zamasu is a main Dokkan Fest coming up. He could get an EZA. I mean, Exchange Boo, I mean... Oh, actually, I was going to say they would be jumping way far ahead to ease. No, they wouldn't. Blue Kaioken came out in the same month as this character. So they could EZA them. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, like, Double Vegito actually works. This would be a sub-EZA they could do right here. They could sub-EZA this guy, right? Like, you haven't EZA'd yet either. You're a Super Boost sub-EZA. Yeah, see, this is bullshit. There's actually 50 options that they could do, right? Revenge. Yes, yeah. I'm a Dragon Ball fan. Yeah, revenue will already be through the roof with Vegito's grand return. A second one is not needed. Now he's making a great goddamn point. Why do Double Vegito 9th Anniversary when we could do Vegito Worldwide and Vegito Anniversary? Now we're talking. Yeah. Why do Double Vegito celebration when we could just have two Vegito celebrations instead? I like that. I do. Yeah. It's Vegito time, by the way. And they're going to announce Vegito, and people are going to be like, oh my god, Vegito, no way. And it's like, yeah, our first Vegito in 50 years, man. Exhausting his two remaining LRs. No, time out. No. To think Vegito has two LRs left, I promise you, they will find a way. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is not never getting another character in Dokkan, right? Like, Beast Gohan is not never getting another character in Dokkan. They'll find a way. Don't worry about that. Exhausting his remaining LRs in one celebration means it'll probably be years until the next big Vegito units. Evidence of this is no Vegetos for nearly 3 years. I mean, I don't know, like, what, but there's no real, like, is there actually a correlation? Because it's like, the argument here is that his 2 remaining LRs, so I assume we're talking about animations, right? Because Dokkan animations are typically 1-to-1. But, like, I mean, they have a ton of animations still around. So, like, the no Vegetos for 3 years is not tied to there's only 2 remaining LRs they could do there. And I think they could just do stuff anyway. I mean, they took animations from Tech Gogeta, right, in Heroes. Remember, Blue Kaioken Vegito fights Cumber. Like, they could easily take some of that and stuff like that, right? So, kills off the possibility of him headlining another Master Celebration next year. I do like the idea of a Vegito for Worldwide and a Vegito for Anniversary. That does sound pretty good. We do like that. We're double Vegito Anniversary. Vegito time for sure is coming up, though. We need it. Carnival format is bad, with more negatives than positives. Almost all the positives could have been made by doing changes to gold coin banners. Sure. Negatives include new coin, for sure. I'm on board with that. The fact that Carnival LRs don't go into the shop like gold coin LRs. Well, I mean, is this even really a good point? The yellow coin... okay, I think that this part is stupid, because... you know how much complaining I've seen about, oh my god, this yellow coin LR is not back in the shop here. It's annoying. Like, the Carnival LR, it's just sort of treated like a Dokkan Fest LR, which is the level of character it's supposed to be, although they've certainly made some of them a little bit weaker, for sure, right? They just are, like, if they're back on the banner, then you could get them with coins. It's just like a Dokkan Fest. So... Carnival Goku came out in December, and, you know, mid-July, he was back available with coins. Is that, like, super different from any other unit, like, with coins? I don't think so. It seems like this is not, I think this is a non-point right here. And others, but tweet limit. Oh. Carnival format. I think that the Carnival format is pretty pointless if they're going to do what they did with the 8th anniversary, where it's double Dokkan Fest in part 1 and double Carnival in part 2. I think the beauty of the Carnival format was they kind of created something that felt like it was on the level of a Dokkan Fest without it being a Dokkan Fest. But then they were able to save the Dokkan Fest, which, you know, there's, I don't know, name and brand recognition that those are usually the best characters, the hypest characters, you know, Dokkan Fest LRs. So, I mean, let's see what they do with Worldwide coming up, but I cannot get on board with the Carnival format being bad with how hype Part 2 was in last year's Worldwide because of the Carnival format. There has never been a more hype Part 2. That's what I care to point out. So, I'm still in a wait-and-see mode a little bit with Carnivals. I mean, the new coin is stupid, for sure. But it should have been the blue coin. The blue coin is what it should have been. Okay. Carnival LRs again. They're a useless addition to the game. Only one that competed as the best unit was the first one, the Tech Carnival Goku, yeah. All the other ones are just yellow coin LRs with a 200% leader skill, slightly better banner. I mean, sure. They look more like yellow coin LRs than like Dokkan Fest LRs. Because they have weird designs. I don't know. Again, I want to see what this upcoming Worldwide looks like. Because Tech Carnival Goku, he was designed like a Dokkan Fest LR. I feel like he was good. Like, maybe not all of his animations were the craziest, but to me, like, if you ripped off the tags and just showed someone, like, the Tech LR Goku probably looks more like a Dokkan Fest LR than, I don't know, Gohan and Goten. I mean, sure, they're a couple years old. What's a more recent Dokkan Fest LR? Certainly not the superhero ones. They have a grand, like, animation and stuff like that. I can't think of one. Who is the Dokkan Fest LR? Vegeta and Trunks? I mean, their animations look very good. But, like, I feel like you could probably put that Super Saiyan Carnival Goku next to Vegeta and Trunks, and people could be confused on which one was the Dokkan Fest LR, potentially, right? I don't know. We'll see. I want to see what this worldwide download celebration looks like, with the carnival stuff. Because I was really liking carnivals in that first celebration. I mean, it doesn't, there's no positive or negative for the fact that the Double Raid's Christmas banner was made a carnival. There's no real positive or negative that the Tanabata was made a all it did was make those banners better, right? But I would almost say I feel more of like a neutral position on that. But anniversary, like it's, I mean, I guess it did make the anniversary banners much better. I want to see what this upcoming worldwide looks like, right? Oh, we saw this. Broly's a bad choice for worldwide. I mean, they just got to give him big bad bosses, and that would change things. Any worldwide that's not double Vegito or full future is a failure. I'm not saying that. I mean, typically the best villains of the year are worldwide, so we'll see. I feel like maybe we could go down the path that a Tournament of Power worldwide download celebration could be a failure, because Tournament of Power has no villain characters in it besides Frieza, and Frieza's not going to be like a big bad bosses type character, so that's going to be tough. I don't know. I mean, I think that they could certainly do Dragon Ball Super Broly and that movie, and that would be fire. I think that there's stuff they could do. I think like Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be fire. Like there's numerous things they could go to. I think potentially doing like another Namek saga worldwide could even work well. I think like a Final Form Frieza and like a Kaioken Goku could be cool. There's a lot of stuff they could do. Vegito, I would say, is very likely, though. Dokkan's content should evolve. Okay, now, but I have not read one iota past this, but there's limitations to this. I think that Dokkan is perfect in what it is, which is like a game that can be played like very casually, right? Like Dokkan, it's very easy to start up a link level run in between, sets at the gym or something like that. Like I played Dokkan so much when I was going to the gym, 6 times a week, right? Like there's the fact that there's very casual aspects of it as a phone mobile game is good. So, before I read the rest of the comment, I want to point that out. Right now it feels like it's a rinse and repeat situation. New content tends to be harder. Introducing new mechanics for enemies or new style type of content could breathe some fresh air. Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, I would say that this is what the game is going to be, though. Rinse and repeat. I mean, yeah, we're 8 years in. I don't think, like, anticipating them reinventing the wheel is not smart, right? That's why a lot of times with people complaining this year and being upset, to me, it just feels more so like it's been 500 years. Like, people are just, like, kind of burned out on the game more so than anything. And yeah, I mean, this is likely to continue. This feeling of rinse and repeat, like, I don't think that's going to change. It's what Dokkan is, right? Like, we do got to be realistic about it, for sure. What do we got? We got a longer one here. Dokkan should stop giving the unbelievably broken passive cards to unhyped characters like Bulma. Wait, okay. Imagine in Super Saiyan 4 Goku with her kit. Well, I mean, Goku is on her level, so I don't think that's a good analogy, just because Goku is that good. They should spam all the same fusion units all year round instead of leaving us in hype droughts. No, see, I don't agree with that. I think it's important to get a good amount of the Saiyan and fusion characters for the hype, but getting the representation for these other characters is important. I don't agree that just spamming Saiyans every single time is a good idea. I mean, they did a lot of like base Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, and look how upset people were. And certainly I think that Spirit Bomb Goku, no one cared about him. That Spirit Bomb Goku. So like there definitely is limits to it. It's like, they could drop Bulma, Kale. I mean, Kale and Turles is like a major villain, so he doesn't really count. But like Kale is technically a Saiyan, but she's not like a Saiyan when we talk about them dropping Saiyans, right? Like people are looking for, Gohan, Trunks, Vegeta, Goku, fusions, not like Kale, right? So I think that it's good to get like Kale in, okay? And then now, so like we did God Goku, okay? We did Super 17, then God Goku, who's one of these very hyped Saiyans, and then Kale, right? Like that, I feel like is a good like up and down. That's I think what Dokkan should do. I think that was really well done. Super 17 should have been a little bit stronger, but I thought that those 3 in a row were great picks. Super 17, God Goku, then Kale. I think just doing every single Saiyan infusion is not a good idea. When they do try and save the hype characters, it blows up in their face in hours like Beast Gohan. Well, no, Beast is like a 1 in a million type thing. That's not. I don't think we can compare Beast to them dropping Bulma or making Bulma good, or like Videl, when Videl came out 2 years ago, how busted she was on release. Like, those aren't like comparable things to Beast Gohan. Look at Legends, they have hype. Legends Limited or Sparkings every other week. I mean, he does say that, but all I saw was people hating on Cell, who just came out. And then now Legends has a dead week. This is just, I mean, no offense, crave me please, but this is prisoner of the moment shit right here. It's like Legends, it just went through like a big fight, like their damn anniversary, man. Whereas like Dokkan, you know, they had a smaller period, and now Dokkan is moving into their hype period as well, right? The Tanabata celebration, I would say, was pretty good for JP. Not like, oh my god, crazy, but it was pretty good. New hardest fight. 8th anniversary is much better than people give it credit for, and now we're going into worldwide, right? Like, this just feels more so like comparing a Legends hot period to a Dokkan weak period, right? When it's like now Legends is going into like a quieter period, and Dokkan's moving into a hyper period, right? It's like the never-ending circle continues of, you know, oh, Legends is boring and Dokkan is great, or oh, Dokkan is boring and Legends is great, right? Like it's always, it's a never-ending like cycle there. Omega with Extreme instead of GT bosses allies is top 10. Top 10. Give me 1 second. Omega Chan. All right. So we're going to pretend that he's extreme class instead of GT bosses. Let's take a look at the teams he's on. I mean, full power, transformation boost, inhuman deeds, power absorption, powerful comeback, battle of fate. I mean, listen, there's a lot of places Omega as a rainbow orb changing big bad boss's defense character, he would be a massive help to villains. But regardless, he still wouldn't necessarily have like a perfect place. I mean, this is, you know, Kale's team. No one leads Inhuman Deeds. No one leads power absorption. Does Cell lead power absorption? He does, but I mean, that's a dead team. Cell sucks until he's perfect, right? Like, that's not, you're not running that bullshit. I mean, you could certainly run him on Battle of Fate, because like he's gonna have Fierce Battle GT Legendary Power with the 8th Anniversary LR. Does he have something else? No, it's just GT Fierce Battle Legendary Power. All right, so he would be much better, and I think we would love him. But I mean, top 10, probably not. Let's take a look here. So this is the top 10 I've got. Would I have Omega over Cooler with the only difference? Would I make any changes to this after Omega too, by the way? I could certainly, I think after Omega, I could move them up 1 spot to 5. Maybe the Blue Fusion's at 6. I could even potentially move this Goku up. I don't know. It's tough. I think if there's any changes I would make, I might move this character up 1 spot. I think the top 10 would remain the same. Maybe Super Saiyan 4 Goku I might move up above Orange Piccolo, but I mean, it's like, these are very small, minor changes, right? The top 10, this is, I mean, there's, the only LR that's come out since this date right here is Omega. And I don't, would I put Omega above Cooler? It's close. I mean, it's a discussion to have. I would like what Omega is doing better, but like, Omega is not on Cooler's team, right? And Omega doesn't really have a setup. Like, it's like if you know, Worldwide Download Celebration happens and, you know, LR corrupted Fusion Zamasu and he leads Transformation Boost and shit like that, and this guy was an extreme class, like, it would be nuts. He's like, right, he would be on the cusp of top 10. I mean, I feel like it's probably close enough that this is fine, right? But that really is the major change that just needed to be needed, right? Extreme instead of GT bosses, and that guy would have been a lot better. Oh my god, Nano. Tyler, aka Nanogenics. Let's go. Top 10 list, and this inherent value of units solely based on how they perform in 1% of the events is pointless. Dokkan at its core is a, what does SP mean? SP mean? Is it just something like a card collection game or something like that? Like a collection game? People should summon for characters based on how much they actually like that character, not them being top tier. Sure. But, I mean, I do evaluate characters by their performance, and a lot of people do care about that. Now, if we want to talk about top 10 lists, I mean, yeah, Ditto. I mean, I'm not arguing that, but there is something that top 10 lists get, and that's called views, brother. Ditto knows well. Tier list nanogenics, please come on down. Should I try and call Ditto? Get him on for this? No, I've done that recently. We can't go to the well too much on that. But one thing about this, right? So like top 10 lists. This is why I started doing this as well. And not really like super split them up, but just kind of get them in brackets like this, right? So you could sort of see just generally the level of performance that the character has. Many people really prefer this style of doing it, and I think that there is value in both of these. I think that having a companion piece of this style of tier list along with this one does work very well. I think you could certainly blame me for the influx of this, like the top 10 list. I mean, dude, it's insane. A data download happens, and then I open up Twitter, and there's 50 tier lists everywhere. Like, I don't know. How about the character is out for like 2 seconds before we spam tier lists, right? Like, I still haven't done my tier list on Trunks. I want to get like a real fair assessment of the character before I do that, right? Okay. Nano stopping by. We'll give Nano some support. Thank you, my brother, for coming in. Luca. Dokkan. Okay, here we go. A very knowledgeable Dokkan player right here. Double Z Broly would be the worst possible worldwide because it would be bad for villains. I would have to imagine that would be Luca's point with that. I agree, but like if they would just give Broly big bad bosses or make him like LR Bulma, it would flip and that would be a great worldwide potentially, right? I just think that like it does feel very shitty when how weak villains are. I think it feels very shitty. Less hype characters should be as strong as LR Bulma. Yes. Bulma, Ginyu, Videl are a good example of how strong these non-hype characters should be. People like to turn on Videl now and pretend like she was shit and stuff like that. No, I mean, the day Videl came out, our jaws were on the floor how strong Videl was. Videl, Bulma, Captain Ginyu are like go-to examples of what these less hype characters should be, for sure. Celebration should be like the New Year / 8th anniversary with content being spread with a good pace. Yes, exactly. This is another reason I think people are full of shit when they say the 8th anniversary is bad, because it was designed in such a... Can I quickly show this? The timeline of events. Do they have this listed nicely here for us? I think they do, right? So it's like January 29th, right? Stuff. January 30th, some stuff. January 31st, some stuff, right? Then February 3rd, some stuff. February 9th, some stuff. February 13th. February 15th. February 16th. You see the point? Every couple of days. Like, it was so... Please, debate me. Let's go. That the best period in Dokkan history was the day Beast and Orange Piccolo dropped until about the 8th anniversary ended or so. Because this is... For 2 months, this is what the game was like. It's like every couple of days they're dropping shit. Look at this. Something happens on the 13th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 22nd, the 24th. People have the balls, the audacity to say that there's nothing to do. It's boring. Just lying out of their goddamn asses, man. It's ridiculous. Every 3 days, there's shit going on. Yes, this is exactly the way it should be. They did that perfectly. I feel like Tanabata was like that as well, where there's stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff wasn't really as good as what we had in like Anniversary and New Year's, but it was sort of like that. We should get EZs for some 2016 Shattering Limit units, Tech Future Gohan. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for some of those older characters. Let me actually just quickly pull up Tech Future Gohan. We can do it from the Tech Androids right here with Future, right? So there are some older characters that have not EZA'd. Some of those were characters that are still awakening characters from like the Hero and Villain Extermination event. Is that not how this guy awakens? Or is it's just those Future Gohan medals, right? That is what it is. Yeah. If you guys aren't... This is a real old meme right here. This medal, the drop rate on this medal, it was the worst ever. The worst ever. So people would be joking, all right, the next LR, you're going to have to get 77 future Gohan medals to awaken them. Right? Like, that used to be jokes people would make, because this medal used to be so hard to get. Yeah, I mean, all these characters should easy. I mean, they could easily... Vegito, future worldwide download celebration. I mean, this guy could get an easy A. I mean, I don't anticipate he'd be super crazy. What I would like them to do with a character like this, make him really good, but really restrict it, right? Like, make this guy super good if the whole team is Connected Hope, right? Make this guy super good if the whole team is Andros has Cell Saga. That's like a balanced way that they could make, this is... not the type of character that they typically would make super good. Because, I mean, when did his SSR come out? Oh, I already had it pulled up. I have the memory of Goldfish, my bad. This guy came out in February of 2016. So, it's like, people have got this guy, right? But that's why that's all they have to do, right? Is just, you can make him solid, right? Support, maybe a little bit of defense, but just restrict him to one team, right? It's like, unfortunately, they did that with, like, LR Omega, but... Carnival, LRs, Dokkan Fest exclusive summonable characters shouldn't be restricted like that. That should be this type of character, right? I think that would be a great way to do it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's that. Let's jump into some quotes. Let's get some quotes going on. Summoning for who you want is 100% a smart way to play Dokkan at this point. Double Orange Piccolo can completely decimate every event in the game, even Omega. Plus the 8th anniversary LRs and Bulma. Well, sure, but I mean, Orange Piccolo is not summoning for whoever you want. That's summoning for a character that we were saying was #1 when he came out, right? Like, I don't know that's the best analogy there. Your favorite characters with items can beat anything. This is mostly true. I mean, if you're using items, is there a release that would struggle to win, even against Omega? I would say no. Like, let's look at 2023 releases. 8th anniversary LRs, you're not going to struggle. Any of the 4, right? The Carnivals or the Dokkan Fest. Super 17, his team is really bad. But, I mean, if you have, like, 2 Whis available, or like, Princess Snake or something like that, you'll cook, for sure. God Goku doesn't need items at all anyway. Kale's team has one weakness, and that's at the start of the fight. You pop a Whis the first 2 turns, and a Whis for turns 3 and 4, and then you're coasting. Like, zero chance you lose, right? Like, and then who's after Kale? Super Boo? I mean, to be fair, I did one run against Omega, and we got Omega down to, like, half of a health bar left at the end before he finally caught us, right? Who was after Super Boo? Was Ma Junior and Goku. They could already do it anyway. Then was Bulma, best unit in the game anyway. Then was Turles, who could get it done anyway, right? Then after that was Spirit Bomb Goku, who's weak, but, I mean, you could run him on all these teams. I mean, yeah, this is definitely true. I mean, any of these characters this year with items, I mean, you're fine. You're fine. It's like Super 17, Kale, Super Trunks, those characters, because their teams are so weak, are the ones where you might struggle. But, you have a Whis to protect these weaker characters before, Kale or Super 17 or Super Trunks come out and they're dominant. And yeah. But I disagree with this a lot. If you have a character that would make you more happy than anything to summon on, then yeah, summoning for them is good. Like, if you're like the world's biggest Super 17 fan, not like even a true Dokkan Fest LR 9th anniversary Beast Gohan doesn't make you as happy as getting Super 17, then go for Super 17. But this idea, this notion, I'm always going to push back on this shit. Summon on every banner, summon for who you want. It is kind of stupid because the point of the game is to get you to spend money. They want you to spend money, right? So if you're just summoning on every shitty banner, chances are you're never going to get anything good. But if you hold your currency for one of these, and this is another reason why Orange Piccolo is a really bad example of this, is actually, let me just pull up Orange Piccolo's banner. We'll talk about it right there. This isn't as good as I remembered. I mean, Piccolo is really nasty, for sure. Pan is pretty good. But then, like, he's okay. They're okay. You're really good. They're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Like, Pycon and Fatbu are okay. Let me look at Beast's banner. Was Beast's banner way better? Let's take a look. His banners actually aren't as crazy as I would have thought here. Nah, it's pretty much kind of the same thing. Okay, so I guess I'd have to pull up a anniversary banner for this example then, huh? Like, if we go to the actual, like, anniversary banner, this is where it looks a little bit better. My advice for players is, it's not like you must summon for the best characters. It's that you should hold your currency and summon for the best banners. That is the point. Because chances are you're not going to get the main strong unit, right? Actually, damn it. Okay, it's the other one is the better banner. Look at me. I'm jumping all over. This is the better banner, right? Okay. So, let's say you don't get the main character, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. You pull Gamma 1, or you pull Cooler, or you pull the LR Gods, or you get the 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta. These are the types of banners you need to summon on as like a free-to-play player and stuff like that. If you go into this banner with 1,000 stones, right, you probably, well, I don't want to say probably, but you might not pull this character. But you're going to get other featured units who are very good. And this is why, if you're going to, be very stubborn about stuff and be like, I'm summoning on every banner, I don't care. All right, let's take a look. So, we're not pulling the main unit. Let's summon on Super Trunks' banner, right? Let's see who we're pulling. So, we're not going to get Super Trunks. We're going to get, we got AGL Trunks, who's worthless. Oh, we got Super Vegeta, who's worthless. We got Majin Vegeta, who's worthless unless you're on, like, one specific setup, right? Like, summoning on every banner, or just, I'm summoning for who I want. I'm always, again, going to push back on that, because the game is designed to get you to spend money, to get you to be frustrated when you don't pull the character, and to spend money and buy the character. That's the point. So, I always, no matter what, I'm going to push back on this stupid shit, I'm going to call it, of summoning for who you want. I think the only exception I make to that is when it's your favorite character so much that it would make you more happy to get that character than to get like theoretical, LR God Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or something like that, right? Like it's like that, you're the biggest Super 17 fan. That's the one point. I disagree with this so much. This is true though, right here. For sure. Okay. Hot takes. So I'm going to give you one. Oof. I'm just getting a text message from my boy Nano, my lawyer. Nano is telling me to decline comment on this one. So we might listen, I will say, I'm not saying nothing, right? Relax. No words are coming out. Pretty much, sort of. I will say, though, that I did Cooler. Where's Cooler? Here we go. Took Cooler in there, and it was a disaster, because a lot of Big Bad Boss's characters really ain't all that, right? And I did take Yamcha in there, and Yamcha basically pulled his penis out and put it on Omega's forehead. That's exactly what happened. But I'm not, saying anything. We're just continuing on. Double Vegeta Worldwide would be both one of the hypest things they could do and one of the worst things they could do. Because that would be another 3 years of complete void for them. Now, that doesn't mean anything. Because, again, people... So, this is under the assumption that they're just going to do what they did, which is 3 years of no Vegito again. But, they did drop Gogeta for Tanabata 2021. And then 6 months later, they did double Gogeta for the anniversary, right? Like... They could easily just do that, right? Like, I'm not exactly sure why. 3 years of no Vegito is, like, actually, like, clown bullshit, by the way. Like, it's just absolute idiocy is what that is, of no Vegito. Vegito is, like, the money character in the series. So, it's just clown bullshit. But I don't think that they're going to do that again. No way. No. His at is literally Bias Trunks, but like, no, this is no way. No. No. That's not even a discussion. Like, even when you get to Super Trunks, is Transform Super Trunks better than Full Power Super Saiyan 4? No, he is not. Full Power is better. I'm taking Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's like, he's better than Trunks by 50 times, 60 times. But this guy's ad is Bias Trunks, so I'm like, I'm not screaming about that. No. This is, again, here we go with agendas and shit. I would agree that UI Goku's a bit underrated. He's better than a lot of people think, but top 10, no. he can work great in the Omega Shenron stage. That's definitely true. He can work great. I mean, he could also take 500k from a normal, but he can work great. But top 10, no. Underrated, sure. But not top 10. No, 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 no. Buduo top 5 units. I mean, yeah, they're on that level for sure. Do I still have the... Yeah, I mean, I literally said that I would probably bump them up to 5 if I'd redo this list right now. So yeah, exactly. Future Worldwide best option because of Sword of Hope, Trunks, LR. So I mean, if we would do like Vegito, Rose, and then we do Sword of Hope, Trunks, and Fusion Zamasu, yeah, that's a dub. That's a dub. That's a dub. Tournament of Power Worldwide would be ass. It wouldn't, but it would be really shitty feeling for villains. Because they like what would they do? Whew, sorry, I sneezed, but we got the mute. Yeah, I don't know. I do think Tournament of Power would be fire, but it's just the fact that it's not buffing villains. It would really leave a bad taste in my mouth because it's like Worldwide is typically where we get our one, Dokkan Fest like LR villain character. So to be kind of like denied that would suck. 23rd World Tournament Goku is better than most people believe. No, if anything, I would say I feel like this character is usually properly rated in my personal experience. Very easy to revive with him if you bring a team that ramps up and not teams that are good to go from turn 3 to 4. So 23rd World Tournament Goku is better than most people believe if you intentionally make the team worse just to make him look better. But that's not... like, that's not... You get it, right? And with him revived, it becomes very easy for units that build up to do so. I mean, this is very... Listen, from what I've seen, I think that this character is pretty properly evaluated at this point by the community. But I don't know. I mean, you're talking about Tech Carnival Goku reviving. I mean, in the hardest fight in the game, like, you could get, like, the revive with this guy or revives with other characters. But, yeah, like, it's... When this character... When a revive happens, I mean, this guy... I literally call him God Mode. Like, yeah, like, we know. But the problem is before a character revives. I mean, this guy can get cooked. You go into the Omega fight and some of these tough fights, like, he could take a lot of damage. But yeah, again, I really want to say I feel like this guy's properly rated. Red Zone was more fun than the Shadow Dragon event. Well, of course, because Red Zone, I mean, but this is like, God damn, we talked about this in part 1, right? I mean, damn, I guess this is an issue with me recording that 12 hours ago. But yeah, it's because, I mean, this was a hard reset for the game. These bosses were 3 times as powerful as any other boss that we'd seen in the game before. This is just like, they're making, like, new hardest content, but it's not hitting the soft reset button. I would really like to see a lot of people, like, do people who say this just play the private server where they don't have to actually, like, grind their characters up or build these characters up or put any effort into the game whatsoever, right? Like, I feel like that colors some people's takes on this because it's like, you can't, as a free-to-play player, like, so when they did this, there was, 10 good units or something. As a free-to-play player, if they did that right now, to where every character in the game was worthless besides, like, the top 3 EZAs would be good, the top 5 LRs would be good, the top 5 Dokkan Fest 2Rs would be good, would you guys be able to compete? Like, they can't do this all the time. I just wish people would understand this. This is not something they could do all the time, this hard reset and revamp. So, because it's like these stages, I mean, they're just Red Zone stages, but it's a different type of event, right? So, I mean, I don't know. It's like people, like, yeah, I mean, I was there with Red Zone. I was loving it too, just like everyone, but it's not something that they could do all the time, the hard reset. They can't do it. They can't do that. Oh, wow, we're talking about this guy again. Okay, this unit never deserved the switch up he got. Well, yes, he gets cells. Standby isn't that hard to get. That's 100% wrong. That's just factually wrong. It's completely wrong. It's just not true. That's literally not true at all. It's not. Because, I mean, maybe it's because if you're using good teams, other characters have revived or can revive before this guy can. But like saying this, his standby isn't that hard to get. Yes, it is, because it needs to be his 6th turn in order to stand by. Like I would. I want to know if this is a global. Oh, give me 1 second. I just want to look and see if this person is a global player, because if this guy is a global player, or this girl, or whatever, if they are a global player, then all of the fights, Red Zone Broly, Sin, all these fights, like by the time you get to this guy's 6th turn, you're presumably wrapping the fight up. It's against Omega. The new fight, like a lot of times you're turn 10, 11, 12, 13, even with the best units, Rainbow, Link level 10 and stuff like that. But it's not until then. Just give me 1 second. All right, took a quick look. I couldn't determine if they were a global or JP player. A lot of anime girls on the profile, though. I did enjoy. I love my anime girls, for sure. But yeah, I would disagree. It is hard. It's very hard to get this guy's standby. It's very tough, because it needs to be his 6th turn. Again, if you want to use this character effectively and efficiently, you are trying to revive with, GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, or Tech Carnival Goku, or LR Metal Cooler, or one of these other revive characters, because theirs are far easier to get. Everyone knows how crazy this guy is in his God mode. He's, one of the best, for sure. But, I mean, he can fraud out in base. It happens all the time. It's not... I don't think that this character... See, this is also, I feel like, not correct. If you guys go back to my initial thoughts on this character, I was telling people, once the honeymoon phase ends, go back. I was saying it. Once the honeymoon phase ends, people are going to start to die a lot with this guy, and they're going to see that, there's a mix of how good he is between his God mode and not his God mode, right? So this character did not get switched up on. People started to have, I think, reasonable and correct feelings on this character is what happened. I think he was probably a little bit overrated at first, but then I feel like people leveled out. And from what I see, I think people do grade this guy very accurately. I do. This guy, I would put him as like, 2 or 3 top TUR. I mean, would I put God Goku above this guy? Probably so. My top 10 TUR probably Piccolo Jr., God Goku, then this guy, right? But I mean, of course, once he's in God mode, I mean, he's better than everything, right? You got to factor in a lot of different things. I did enjoy thank you for the anime girls. I did enjoy that. That was nice. New summon animations, Zesperly. Yeah, dude, it's so crazy. They put in a lot of effort to make new summon animations, but it was just for one banner. That's so crazy. And it was very fun, right? It felt very fresh. Yeah, it's time for a completely new summon animation revamp. More so than like a summon skip button and stuff like that. Yeah, that would be really good. So many places Dokkan could pull from for cool and hype animations. Yeah, it's just the thing about this. And this is why I think it does suck that they did that superhero animation stuff, because you got to understand, if they make new animations, like certainly like the budget and constraints and stuff like that, it's either make new animations or make, this Dokkan Fest characters animations look better. Like it's they got to go either or. So like them doing the animations for the superhero stuff, that's why maybe Resurrection F Blues looked a little janky, or like Tech Bardock looked janky, or like, that celebration was dead and there was nothing going on in this other celebration. It would have been because of that, because it's like they're putting, not only did they create these animations, summon animations, but the superhero characters' animations were really good. Beast Gohan, like his actual Beast Gohan transformation, I mean, that's like the best animation in the game, right? So that's important to understand as well. 2023 has been the worst year in regards to unit design. They certainly have, it's like they're very hesitant to push too far right now. I swear that this ties back to Red Zone being such a hard reset. I think that they want to continue to make very strong characters who could push the envelope. Think of the Super Trunks transformation, but they don't want to completely just blow everything away, so they're putting in these restrictions like that. And I think that they're very cautious to move too far. The difference between Super Trunks and like the peak of the 7th anniversary LRs, Like, is it worlds apart? I mean, Super Trunks is definitely probably better, like, than the peak of what the 7th anniversary LRs could do. But it's not like the 7th anniversary LRs are bitches compared to Super Trunks, right? Like, there's not as big of a gap between the start of Red Zone 7th anniversary LRs and what we have now, you know, Super Trunks and Omega, right? Like, would you say that the 7th anniversary LRs are better, stronger than Omega? Probably, right? Than LR Carnival Omega? I would probably say so, yeah. So, ask people to spend money to get wonky units like 17s and Kale who have god awful banning units. Zero support's a serious problem. Yeah, a lot of this too is that when they fumble these banning units, it hurts. Dr. Giro and Dr. Mew, Frost, and this STR Super Saiyan Gohan are criminal offenses, right? Turles would be way worse if they didn't give him Amand and Raisin, who are borderline like a top 10 overall unit in the game. They're so powerful, right? So, yeah. A lot of this with 17 and Trunks and Kale, though, would have been fixed if their banner unit was just good. If their banner unit was STR Krillin level, right? Like, those units would be a lot better off. AGL Super Saiyans are cuties. Okay. Okay, so, well, yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, guess what? Goku and Vegeta, of course, are going to be very hot. I mean, Goku and Vegeta, you're not going to tell me that they don't have, like, insane bodies. All they do is train. Like, yeah, Goku and Vegeta are going to be very hot, of course. I mean, I don't think that there's going to be any denying that, right? Okay, on a more serious note, as a leader themselves, they're extremely underrated. Sure, okay. Yeah, their team is insane. Yes. Because what is it? It's Movie Hero and Joint Forces is what it is? Yeah, you've got ridiculous setups. Yes. But unfortunately, they themselves are pretty underpowered. They probably are the weakest Dokkan Fest LR ever. Probably. They probably are. What are we? We're at 47 minutes. We'll go for a little bit longer. Not being able to get the newest unit under debut banner is a horrible problem for the game. I mean, it's also the point of the game as a gacha game, right? Like, that's, yeah. This is exactly, Urko, why I think it's important to, you know, summon on a banner that, like, has a lot of good options. So if you don't get the main character, you know, LR Tanabata Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you've got a lot of other really good options on the banner as well. That's the point, because you're not going to be able to get every single character on their debut banner unless you're spending money. And I heavily advise players not to spend money on this game. I've been saying that for years. Same with the banner stuff for years. This is Bart. Oh, okay. Can people just lose all hope for when Dokkan releases a highly restrictive unit? They are not going to get help within the year. It's over. I mean, listen, I'm kind of on board here with DX Puff. I mean, what's an example of a character that was released with this stupid restriction that got the help they needed? Majin Vegeta. Dokkan Fest Majin Vegeta did get his help. LR Golden Frieza is a bit of an exception, because LR Golden Frieza is, like, he's kind of good anywhere because of how he's designed, but Golden Frieza got a team. You could say the same with LR. LR Janemba also did get a team. It was exactly a year after his release, basically, but LR Janemba did get a good team. People, you know, will say they're clown bullshit, but Janemba was good on Cooler's team, right? If you say otherwise, guess what? You are wrong. Let's see, who else? Majin Vegeta, Janemba, Golden Frieza. I guess Easy A Future Gohan, but I mean, he's not like a summonable character, so I don't know that matters. Well, he is, but his Easy A, we're not counting it like that. Sometimes they've gotten the help they need, but then there's other times, right? Like, I guess you probably could say Pan, actually, but Pan just had such a god-awful design that by the time, you know, Pan gets her help, events have stepped it up in gear, and Pan does not feel fun to use. But yeah, I would agree that I'm not, you know, super optimistic for Fusion Zamasu, and Kale and Super 17 and these characters. I'm not like, oh yeah, guys, just wait, here they come. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Blue Ken's the most fun EZ they've ever done in Dokkan. Probably true. Well, even more fun than the Blue Fusions. I'm gonna disagree there. That is a hard disagree for me. If you want to say most fun EZATUR they've ever done, I'm on board. But then the Blue Fusions, nah, I can't. I cannot say that. World Tournament, is not only the greatest game mode, but it's the most rewarding. Grinding for 3 days is so rewarding. I mean, you know, Saito, that's a Saito W. It's a strong winner's mindset right there, is what that is. It is. That's a winner's mindset. But I would disagree and say it definitely does feel like hell. Grinding for 3 days. It's pure agony and suffering. To me, World Tournament would be fixed if you could get link levels in World Tournament. It would be fixed for me. Isn't that so funny? The point is a lot of it is just like, because I do grind Dokkan all day, every day, no matter what. Like, I've been link leveling the entire time I'm recording this video, but, you know, I wish we could get link levels in World Tournament. We're talking about, okay. Dokkan Fest God Goku. Is this the first time he's come up in this Hot Takes extravaganza, this 2 hours? Okay, so God Goku's not this completely consistent unit people believe he is. Never understand when consistency is used for an argument for him. His own orb changing can fail him pretty easily. That is correct. And not all his teams have rainbow orb changes, which leads to a lot of RNG. I mean, maybe it's a little anecdotal, but I don't typically have these problems. I mean, what the hell? What's going on here? I guess one of these wiki pages is like messing up. Okay. I use God Goku's team here. I mean, I feel like typically I'm using God Goku in a lot of these videos, and I'm not typically struggling so much to be able to get the God Goku orbs. I think one of the biggest things with God Goku is that, we got 6 right there. Here's the biggest thing with God Goku is he doesn't need 6 orbs to be good. He needs 3. Because at 3 orbs, he still has 60% chance to dodge. He could take extreme damage if he's not guarding with his 6 orbs. Yeah, but, I mean, I would agree that getting 6 orbs with him, I mean, type orb changing is not that good, right? Like, it's very easy to get cucked, right? I repeatedly get cucked with LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku and oobs, or in orb changing. But, I mean, I don't know. We can say this, but I would still put God Goku above, like, Tech 23rd World Tournament Goku, right? Again, maybe you could say it's a little anecdotal, but, like, I'm not typically, like, I don't have a ton of runs. I'm using God Goku all over the place, too. Like, you pull up a lot of these videos and God Goku is there. And it's not like, oh, we lost. God Goku didn't get his 6 orbs. Look at this. The gods, 35k, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, 34. The gods out, they beat him. That's crazy. I mean, it's the same. It's basically the same number, right? But, see, I don't know, man. I just personally have not had this experience of God Goku failing a lot, but, like, I definitely can see it happening. But as long as you're getting 3 orbs, you've got the dodge, right? Dokkan code names video with Nano? What does he mean by code names? This guy's crazy, man. I don't know. This guy just talks. I got no clue. No clue. All right. Dokkan needs a link revamp. Yeah. Okay. Villains need a broader set of links that work similar to how Saiyans always have, 4 to 5 links. Otherwise, they need to release nothing but villain units to make their teams viable. 9th anniversary is going to be double blue fusions. Okay. Yeah, I think a link update would be very good. I think what they should do is they should do a link update. Certainly, upgrade some villain links. Cell is a character in particular that, could get some love. It would be a pretty big deal. But I think they could give an 8th link to LR characters. I think Legendary Power could be made to be an 8th link. So all LRs, that is how, we would have, LRs are kind of like, like a higher level sort of, because they would have an 8th link rather than Legendary Power. Because, there's characters like LR Int Cell loses Shocking Speed as a TUR to get Legendary Power as an LR. I think that 4th Anniversary Super Saiyan 4 LRs are like that as well. They lose Shocking Speed to get Legendary Power. So if Legendary Power was just an 8th link instead, that would buff a lot of these characters and teams and stuff like that as well. Yeah, a link revamp or update would be very good. This is the best God Goku. That looks pretty clean. Yeah, not gonna lie. That looks pretty strong right there. Yep. This could be one reason why my God Goku performs better than a lot of other people's, by the way. Because this is the type of build I got. Yep. Remember, people are going to deny dodge. I think it's because of pride and ego. But dodge is just that strong. It really is. This would be the worst worldwide. It's because of we've talked about it a lot because of the villain stuff. I mean, I agree. I think that this would be so fire, but I mean, if we got like a couple of mega top tier villains and then they wanted to do this for like New Year's, something like that, I think it would work very well. Yeah. Global's a better version of the game. Oh God. Again, here's the number one thing. The goal, what we should all strive to is, we're not saying Global's a better version. We're not saying JP's a better version. The goal is we want them to be exactly the same. That's what we want. We don't want better treatment for either game. We want them to be completely the same. A game that you can just simply play the version where you can understand the language, but it's treated fairly and the same as the other version, like the other language versions. That's the goal. We don't want Global being better. We don't want JP being better. We want them to be exactly the same fair treatment is what we should want. Now, I've done a lot of thoughts on this. I think for Global, it was in part 1. Yeah, damn. Next time I shouldn't do these recordings solo as a part. But I did talk about this, right, in part 1. Where, well, I guess technically it's going to be Hot Takes part 8, I think it was. I think that's what it is. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's Hot Takes 8. Okay. So right now I'm talking in Hot Takes 9. Global whales who have had a chance to buy the Pilaf Trove pack, they're in a much better spot. But otherwise, just getting shit months and months behind is not a better version, unfortunately. It sucks ass, right? I want to push hard to get Global caught up and Global treated fairly. That's what I want. I mean, there are times, Global has the premium friend summons, which JP has never gotten before, right? Sometimes Global gets these extra tickets, which JP has never gotten before. But, I mean, maybe this is a personal opinion of mine, but I feel like that doesn't compensate for being 6 months behind, right? Like, Global players are excited about using characters that I got 6 months ago and have been using for 6 months, right? Like, I would much rather the games are just fairly treated. That's what I would prefer. Last one. Broly Trio brings more of... I'm going to say no, but I've not done, super advanced testing on them since Bulma came out. Let me hurry up and let's get, a nice, good video with them on Power Wishes going up against Omega and see. The problem is, I feel like maybe this would have worked a little bit better before Omega came out, because, Tech Ultimate Gohan is a god against Omega, guys. He really is, so... this would have worked a lot better if this was made 4 weeks ago, I think. But with a lot of the orb changes that have come out, I could see the value in this character, right? And I will say, Swag Kage has been in my DMs for a long time talking about this character, so. Best banning in the game, it really isn't close. Should have been the Dokkan Fest. Frost as a Dokkan Fest, I'd be on board with, to give him a good character. But this character is so criminal. Kale would be so much better and so much more respected if this guy was just good. There we go. We got another one done. Dunzo. There we go. So let me know what you guys think about the Dokkan hot takes. I guess it's going to be 8 and 9. Certainly was very, very fun to do. I think I'll probably aim to do another one of these. We'll probably do it the same thing, you know, basically 2 1-hour recordings from one of these tweets. We'll aim for like the start of October. So if someone wants to remind me again, you know, October 1st to 5th in that range, I think it'll be a perfect time to maybe do another one of these. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch my beloved viewers next time.